Hello and welcome to a video to show off the new professional development record keeping system. Before we begin, I just want to point out that we are on ite.org's website. Under professional development, there's the professional development record keeping system link there. And then once you click on that link, you'll be brought to this page. From this page, there's a bit of information here about the record keeping system, as well as how to subscribe to the record keeping system if you're a non-member, as well as a way to access the legacy record keeping system if you would like to go back to the old record keeping system to be able to put those side by side to get any records that are in the old system that you would like to bring forward and manually enter into the new system. And we'll talk a little bit more about that later on. But without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and enter into the new record keeping system. Once you click the button to enter into the new record keeping system, you'll be brought to a login page. This page is where you would log in using your ite.org credentials, your username and password. If you forgot your username or forgot your password, you can recover those in the self-service portal here. If you're not an ITE member and you'd like to create an account in order to be able to subscribe to the record keeping system, you can create a new account here, but only do that if you don't already have an account. And once you get logged into the record keeping system, you'll see here at the top there's a bit of information explaining a little bit more about the record keeping system. If you scroll down just a bit, you'll start seeing some information from your ITE online profile. As you see there, my name, my title, the company I work for, and the mailing address. That's coming directly from my ite.org online profile. And if I keep scrolling down, you get to the actual record keeping system. The record keeping system is broken into two major parts, the top part being an ITE earned section and the bottom part being an externally earned section. And so what that means is the top part, the ITE earned section, is what ITE has set to sync with the Learning Hub portion of our website. So if there is a live event or an online webinar that you attend and you elect to do the PDH credit for that webinar, once you complete that survey on the Learning Hub, this will synchronize over to the record keeping system within 24 hours, and it would start showing up here automatically. So all this information that you see here at the top section is stuff that has already been loaded over from the Learning Hub automatically without me doing anything at all. And then the stuff at the bottom down here, the externally earned section, are webinars, live events, anything that I've earned a credit for or that I want to keep track of with a certificate or some notes externally. So those are non-ITE earned. So if I went to a webinar at the CE Club of Charleston, I could actually put that into this system, and that will keep track of those credits, as well as being a storage ground for those externally earned certificates or documentation of whatever type you want to just attach to that system. As I mentioned, down here at the bottom under the externally earned section, this is where you would upload any sort of webinars or live events or anything that you want to track from external sources. I'm going to show you how to do that now. You do that by simply clicking the Add Entry button. That will bring up a window where you can input from the calendar selector the date that you earned this credit that you want stored here. So this one was actually in February 10th. The sponsoring org was RDV Systems, so you can type that in here. You'll notice anything with a star is also required. Anything without it is not required. I'm going to skip some of that. I'm just going to put in the title of the course, and I copy and pasted it so that you don't have to watch me type that out. Description, I don't really have one. I'm just going to put the name of the course there as well. The activity type, it'll open up a drop down. This is where you could choose a lot of different pieces. This was actually put in with TPCB in mind. Some of the things that those certificate holders will need to track will be listed out here. For this one in particular, it was just a 1 hour professional development coursework seminar, but it actually wasn't even a full hour. It was only half an hour, so I'm going to put in only half an hour for the credit there and skip some of the other questions that are there. And then for this one, I do have a certificate that I want the system to store in the event that I were to get audited for a TPCB certificate, or if I just want to be able to go back and grab that at any time, that'll store this in the system. You can upload any sort of PDF document, Word documents, or docx's here. Do note that the maximum file size is 20 megabytes, so none of those files should be that large though. But I'm going to go ahead and select the file, and that's in my downloads, and here's the certificate. There it is. I'm going to go ahead and just open that. You'll see it flashed really quick yellow, and then it went green, which means that it's there. If you accidentally upload the wrong file, you can remove it, and you can try again. Once you're done, you just hit save and close, and then that will add that to your externally earned section here on the record keeping system. All you need to do to make those show up, just click a quick refresh. Let that refresh for me, and then there it is. So the February 10th, RDV Systems, the name of the course, the number of credits, and then here's a button that I can click to download my certificate in the event that I wanted to grab that later on. If I mess something up and I want to edit that or I want to add more information into it, I can hit this edit button. Or if I totally mess it up and didn't mean to put that there, I can hit the delete button from here. And that's how you add an externally earned portion to the record keeping system. A quick note for anyone that's moving from the legacy system over to the new system, I would recommend just opening that legacy system up in a new tab and putting it maybe on a second screen or another computer that you could lay next to you. You could just literally just go back and forth copying and pasting anything that you wanted from the old system into this new system. So that might be a time saver for anyone that wants to move a big chunk of things that they've done that were not automatically synced up here from Learning Hub into the new system. And just a note on this synchronizing piece of this, ITE did synchronize everything that happened in the Learning Hub from January 1st, 2020 forward to now. So anything from January 1st, 2020 up until whatever day you're watching this should automatically be synced over to the new record keeping system for you automatically. All right, and the last piece of the record keeping system, and probably the most important piece, is seeing how to print your transcript. So let's say that you were to have an audit with TPCB, or you were to need to print a transcript out for another organization to prove what you've done or to give a record of what you've done. You can simply go here to the top of the record keeping system and click print transcript. That's going to bring us to a new window, and this new window will actually allow us to do a couple things. You have a date filter here at the top. So as we move forward and forward and forward, further and further from January 1st, 2020, this list of ITE earned will get longer and longer, as well as anything that you've externally earned. When you put all those in, that list could get pretty long over the course of multiple years. So we've given you a date selector here that'll filter both of these out. So if I were to put in, I only wanted to see stuff up through, I don't know, let's go to January 1st, 2022 to, let's go to October 31st. So this should cut out all of these ITE earned pieces because they're past October 1st. I'll just go ahead and search those. So that took those away. And if I wanted to go back to see them all, I can just click show all. That should refresh the screen and get rid of that date filter. Okay. So that's a handy little tool if you're trying to find something quickly or you only want to see things between two dates. Since mine's not too long, I'm going to leave them all showed, and I'm going to show you how to print a transcript. Of course, you can go through and check all of these, and that'll print everything on the transcript. But in a lot of cases, we have members that want to only show certain pieces just because of certificate requirements or audit requirements. So I'm just going to choose these two webinars and these two externally earned sources, and then I'm going to tell it to generate a report. That's only going to generate the pieces that I have checkmarked here. Once I hit that generate report, that'll open up in a new window. And then you'll see the PDF version of that report here that has my information, and it has the ITE earned activities here at the top and the external activities here at the bottom, and then it will total all those here, have a place for you to sign saying that it is valid for what you're saying it's valid for. And then the most important piece of this page is this little red icon right here at the top. That will allow you to export it as a PDF or save it, download it to your computer. So that automatically downloaded to my computer. I have Chrome, so it showed up at the bottom. If you have a different web browser, that may show up at the top. But once that downloads to your computer, it should go to your downloads folder. Once you click it, you can open that up here, or you can open that up by going to your downloads folder and opening it up in a program like Adobe. We did get the question about being able to fill this out once it's in Adobe, and If you have the Adobe free version, there's a fill and sign piece to it where you can actually go in and you could fill out today's date, 11/6/2022, and then you can even in Adobe choose to sign it. If I open that all the way up, I can hit sign. My signature's already saved on there. Oops, my computer doesn't like doing that while I'm recording, but I could drop my signature on there, close, and then save that, and then now I have a totally dated and signed copy of that I could then go back to and print. If you do not have a PDF reader, there is a PDF reader link at the top of that page. There is a little link to go to adobe.com, and there's a free version of the Adobe Reader there for you. For any of those that have TPCB certificates, if you do get audited and you are sending in an official transcript from ITE, from the new record-keeping system, you do not need to turn in certificates from anything that's under the ITE activities earned. ITE has access to those certificates already, so you would not have to turn any of those certificates in. Those we know that we already have those on file for you. You still would attach to this PDF any certificates that have anything that was externally earned. So anything here at the bottom, you would still want to turn in the actual certificates or proof of the course into with your audit. And that concludes this tour of the new ITE Professional Development Record Keeping System. Thank you for watching.